Greetings everybody, Stephen here and welcome back to the Command Centre. So today we're going to have a look at this book here. I picked this book up about maybe 2 months ago. Now it's a special edition art book released by Games Workshop. Okay, it was released when I think like the 100th special edition Primaris Marine Lieutenant was released. Nah, just kidding. I think it was like the 5th Primaris Marine. Alright, I think it was when the captain came out with the plasma pistol. I've got him up the back there, we'll have a look at him later. But it's not really new, but this is what I feel is pretty important because it's an art book and it's called The Emperor Protects Visions of the Imperium 1987 to 2017. Right, and inside there's like a whole load of fantastic art, some rare artworks I personally haven't seen before, and some that I haven't actually seen much of. So yeah, it also came with a dice as well. There was some metallic heavy metal dice, the painting brand, the Painters, and I don't have them with me now though. I do have them there here in this awesome labyrinth of epicness. I'm going to pull them out because I've got a Games Workshop dice review coming. I've had some experiences with the Games Workshop dice where I feel as though they're unbalanced. They keep rolling ones, especially like the novelty dice, like the special faction dice. So I'm going to be doing a video where we go through and we compare those dice to normal dice, rolling on different levels, rolling on different materials, you know, different rolls, just see how they turn out. So I will put the metallic dice in that video. We'll just have a look at them quickly as well. So I'm probably going to be looking at the Custodes dice, the Space Wolf novelty dice that came out. Even though, like, they say that the Space Wolf novelty dice are a little bit better, they're a little bit more balanced, I just want to test them out. Because I know those Custodes dice, oh my goodness, if that little skull was a 6, I'd be literally, like, doing criticals and everything and saving, like, you know, things all the time, making those psychic, you know, invols as well, feel no pain. So, you know, but it's just something I've noticed. I'm using these dice at the moment, which are the red, just the Dark Imperium dice, but they've been pretty good. They've been pretty good, the round edges. But look, we'll get into that in another video. Stay tuned to the channel. We'll have a look at this book. It's really fantastic. Some fantastic art inside here, and all that coming up in the video. Alright, magnificent everyone. So we've got this book here, The Emperor Protects Visions of the Imperium 1987 to 2017. Alright, so you got some nice cover art here, the old Imperial Marines smashing it up, back from Rogue Trader design. Then you've got what I believe to be the 4th edition box, or was that 3rd edition? It might have been 3rd edition, that one. And yeah, that's 3rd edition, the 3rd edition Codex. And then we have the Primaris now, so the new Primaris models. This was obviously last year. This was when they did the Dark Imperium box, and that was the cover art for that, which is pretty fantastic. Very nice book, very nice finish. Embroidered, it's all embroidered here. You can hopefully see the gold coming out. And then over here we've got the, it's probably going to go out of focus, but we've got the side there, nice thick spine, and then the back here as well. So I believe that's 2nd edition here, that's 4th edition, and again more stuff from 3rd edition over there as well, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, so for 30 years the heroics and honor of the Warhammer 40,000 universe have been immortalized in art, and boy does Warhammer have some fantastic art. It is through these visions of the 31st millennium that we see mankind's dark and distant future, from the glorious spires of towering cathedrals to the blood-stained soil of the desolated planets. We are given revealing insights into what humanity has become and the threats against which it must endure. This book is a celebration of the paintings, drawings, and sketches that have brought the Imperium to life for Warhammer 40,000 enthusiasts across the globe. Alright, so yeah, it's really nice. So let's just have a look here. So turn the page here, you've got some nice, really nice art there. Just make sure I'm getting all this in the shot. Yeah, it's in shot. Okay. Yeah, some really nice Giga-esque art. You've got your servo skulls there, a lot of cogs, and really love this stuff. It's some fantastic art. So I was thinking, you know, midweek video. I'm actually playing a game. I'm actually playing a game on the weekend, Death Watch game. Not sure who my opponent's going to be playing, Maddie, but I'm going to be playing Death Watch, so I might do a tactical video as well. We might go through some codexes, some lists and things like that. It won't be a codex review because, I mean, you know, the Death Watch codex has well been released already, but, you know, just list building. So, you know, if you want to go through and give me some ideas on how to put together my list, and, you know, maybe you might think that the list is good, or I might give you some ideas and that, you know, do a few lists here and there. So here we have the Golden Throne, the Emperor on it. Now, that art looks a little bit different to the previous Golden Throne one. And we have like Gates of Terror and the inner palace just behind the gates, which is pretty nice, you know, all the servitors going on. So here we have another picture. It's done by Richard Wright, Terror in 2012. All right, so there's not much text in here. It's hard for me to read though on the angle that I have it. So we might I might come back to it. Look, we'll just get the video done later, and I'll come back to this and I'll read it out. So you might be able to read it on the screen as well if you've paused the video, which is cool. But I mean, this is a pretty common one now. You know, we've seen this one pop up a fair bit. I think it was in the Custodes Codex as well. You can see here you have some acolytes coming down, and you know, some really nice art. Very nice. Okay, so here we go. We have got the Witch Hunter Trial, right? Throne of Judgment by the looks of it there. A priest. Looking fantastic. Really nice piece of art there. I'm not going to read out the names because, I mean, the credits, you know, of who painted them and that, because the credits are there on the page. So, you know, you can read those. We'll just go through the book. Okay, here we have the Imperium. So it looks like what appears to be a sort of version of the Golden Throne up the back there, and Confessor, Redeemer, charging forward, Space Marines, Cherubs, Imperial Guard, lovely crossfire happening. Really nice, really nice stuff. Classic Emperor and Horus piece. Alright, so you've got some of the old, looks like the old Custodes Guard back here. Are they Custodes though? I'm not sure. They might actually be Heretic. Astartes there, watching on. It's hard to tell because they kind of got the eagle beak, but they've got the mane there. I actually haven't spotted this before. They could actually just be like Horus Heresy 30K Marines before they went and did the full range. And this book is fantastic because, I mean, I'm starting to see things I didn't necessarily see, you know, when looking at it online. You could see there's a lot of onlookers up the back here, and there's like just this sort of like helmet, you know, it's like we've got a Kaiser spike up the back there. There's Horus looking over Sanguinius, you know, he's got belted. The Emperor's alright, it's time for me to hit ya. Eye of Terror in the background, which is really cool. Alright, here's some more pieces of art, really nice. Codex Imperialis. Love the Dune references there again. It's kind of like the Guild Navigators. Which is actually funny, I'll talk about it in another video, but the Men of Iron, if anyone's ever read the Dune books, the new Men of Iron lore is basically has just been adapted out of the Dune prequel books, the Batlarian Jihad and things, where they have the thinking machines that basically, you know, try to take over humanity. I mean, that's fine, I'm cool with that, like, you know, so I actually think it's great that they've brought it in, but it's actually a Dune reference, but, you know, I'll speak about that a little bit later. I was going to do a Men of Iron video, but I think it might be, you know, past its due date now. So I want to try to keep this channel, you know, different and, you know, from what other people are doing. You know, I don't want to be spamming the same, like, oh, look, you know, Primaris Marine gets a new hat sprue, let's do a video on it. I kind of want to, you know, have these videos, like, you know, be valuable and be archived, you know, so people can look back and say, geez, you know, oh yeah, that I never did get my hands on that 2017 art book. You know, I've got this video here, you know, I can use it as an archive or a reference. So here we have some early, I think this is 3rd edition, 1993, black and white art of the Imperial Palace. Old custodes. You've got the force axes here, I believe they're called as well. I don't mind these custodes. They're very sort of Wizard of Oz in a way, aren't they? Like those gorilla guys and all this geegery, dark sort of biomechanical stuff that's flying around here. Little squiggy things, little matrix squiggy things there. It's fantastic. It's probably my favourite era for art of Warhammer was 3rd edition, because it was just like biomechanical Giga Fiesta. Alright. I'll just keep moving there. So here we have some of the High Lords of Terror. We could see here that you know, some black and white ballpoints, thumbnails. And it's funny, like, because from what I knew, the High Lords of Terror are actually men. They're not looking too human here. Or maybe he does, but he's more machine than man, you know, by the looks of it. This guy's like completely a Mechanicus, like just completely decked out Mechanicus. Still really cool. Again, more High Lords of Terror. 2004. I mean, you've even got the Mechanicus cog going around in the background there, which is awesome. How cool is that? Brains in the jar, sort of looping around. I'm just going to go back and make sure I didn't miss a page there. So it's all good. We'll just keep going. All right, here we go. This is a classic piece, the Realm of Terror. So here we can see you've got you know, one of these slave barges or whatever it is, and by the looks of it, so some cherubs picking up a saint or just a civilian. I think these are the pilgrims. So if you know, like the Imperial Palace, it's got like this massive line of endless pilgrims that are all there waiting in line their whole lifetime, and or not even, sometimes they're waiting like 5 lifetimes, 10 lifetimes just to get to the gate. You know, just to line up outside to see the Emperor of Man, or to hope to get a glimpse at the Golden Throne. So they don't always make it in. Very cool here. These little robots, sort of mechanical things. So yeah, I think these are the pilgrims, which is really cool. So here we have some more Tech Priests of Mars. This is Tech Priests of Mars going on here. It's kind of like a gene stealer's head or something in a vat, which is pretty cool. Very nice. And some more Mechanicus there. There's also some very nice art going on. The new Mechanicus guys, when they sort of started to steampunk them up and make them into a actual army, not just those guys in the lore. So this is, they started, you know, giving them those steampunk weapons and everything. And here you have some, I think that's a Tech Priest, Cult Mechanicus. Tech Priest, by the looks of it, he's got the server arms, server skulls. No, he doesn't. Pretty sure it's a Tech Priest though. He's got the axe. You know, you can always tell a Tech Priest by the axe. Very nice. This is a nice one. The Hunters. So I believe that was from a Rogue Trader, or it may have been from one of the role-playing games. Maybe I think the Death Watch or the Rogue Trader role-playing games. I'm not 100% sure. If you know, drop me a comment, let me know. So, Codex Demon Hunters. Okay, so yeah, Demon Hunters. This is from the Demon Hunters Codex. So, if I recall correctly, back in 4th edition, Grey Knights were actually mixed in with all the rogue, like not Rogue Traders, but Inquisition and things like that. And they had like these Demon Hunters, or a lot of Inquisitors in there and everything, which is kind of the way I think they're going to go with the Rogue Trader, as we've discussed before on the channel. I think Adam made a comment, like, you know, putting Imperial agents in there and all that kind of stuff. And I think this is what we're going to get. We're going to get a similar Demon Hunters Codex, but for the Rogue Traders. Let's keep going. I was like, nothing on that page. Awesome perspective though. So, Auto Hereticus Inquisitors. This is really nice. Nice black and white. Love that sketchy stuff. It's just so dark, so grim. Which is how Warhammer should be. I'm not 100% on all the new kidsy stuff they're doing. Like, I understand they got to expand the range and all that, you know, but I don't know, it's just Warhammer was always that grim universe, you know. So, oh, then again, I suppose not. I mean, if you look at the second edition box art, I mean, it's all full of colours and that there. So, you know, and I think it's up the back here. So we have the Sisters of Battle, Canon S, I believe it is. Classic piece. And Adepta Sororitas, which is nice. It's been painted by a woman by the looks of it. Anna Steinbauer. And very nice piece. I love this artwork. I love the pose. I think, honestly, it's one of the best poses I've seen for a female warrior. I just love it. Like, it's feminine, but it's also very masculine and ready for battle at the same time. You know, very empowering. So it's a nice one. Yeah. Got some more art there. Exorcist tank. More Sisters of Battle. And those two are painted by the same person by the looks of it. Carl Konopsy, Sisters of Battle once again. You know, very nice one. This, I believe, that artwork, they took that and they did that out. They made like a big poster out of it, like a big stand-up, a big, what do you call them, pop-outs. You know, I remember in the store there was like a Sister of Battle walking towards you. She was coloured in. So, very cool. Very cool. Here we go, more Sisters, Blood of the Martyrs. Very nice artwork. Very nice artwork. You know, and again, it's like, you know, I haven't really seen this. This is a very common art. I haven't really seen this one around. So it's really cool. Now, here's one that's really fantastic. These are the Enslavers, and they're basically beings, if you're not sure, that they come in from the warp and they take over people's minds, and then they, you know, puppet them. They're like the puppet masters, but they're these big grotesque things. And I just love Games Workshop and and the way they do their art. It's kind of like, geez, you know, like, what's gonna happen here? You know, like, it's kind of like, you know, drawing it but without drawing it, you know. That Sisters of Battle looks like she's in a lot of trouble, but anyway, we'll keep this channel clean. So here we are. I love this art. This is like the 3rd edition art, the very chiseled face look, very aggressive, very rough, very awesome. Wayne England, very nice. It's very dark with that. Malleus 2008. Love that artwork, love that style. I remember seeing that in the 3rd edition Codex. I was like, oh mate, I love that stuff. You know, people say it's very primitive today, and you know, people say, oh, the art's evolved, some of it was so bad. I actually disagree. I think some of the older art was better than what it is today. Just check the camera. That's okay, he's still in shot. Just move her over just a little bit. Alright. Cool. So yeah. We have assassins here. Calidus Assassin, Calexis Assassins, brutal units, lovely units. Alright, we can get some, looks like Guard, more Inquisitors, Grey Knight. Yeah, really classic artwork there, love that Force Halberd. Nemesis Force Halberd, excuse me. Again, more Grey Knights, and it's really nice. So like the warp opening up just there, which is really cool. Yeah, not sure what he's meant to be. It's like a servitor or something, but looks like it's got a lot of, his pose is very dynamic for a servitor. Maybe he's like one of those cherubs that fit out the armor of the Space Marines. But look how tall he is. He's pretty tall. Like Space Marines are meant to be like 7'5" or 7'8" or something, and you know. He's pretty tall. Usually humans are like here. Maybe he's a an acolyte or one of the scouts. Yeah, he might be one of the scouts. So in training before he gets all the steroids and that pumped into him, all the gifts of the Emperor. Some more Grey Knights here. Lovely artworks overhead. You know, sort of double hander coming in. Very nice. And here we have Caldor Drago, one of the followers of the channel. His name's Caldor Drago, actually. And so Caldor, if it's the same person, I think you're like a legend, man. I think I've seen you commenting on like videos before on other channels, like One Mind Syndicate and things like that. and you like comment on everything, and that's awesome. So keep it up. It's awesome to have you here on the channel, mate. And yeah, keep it up, man. Die-hard fan. All right, of the universe, as I am. So here we have Imperial Guardsmen. Very nice. Here we go. So this is where we're starting to get into back of the more Rogue Trader days. It's kind of like a lot of, it's like Blood Bowl here going on. But I don't think it's Blood Bowl. I think this is just first or second edition. What the old Imperial Guard used to look like, and it's really funny. Like, check out this weird tiger camouflage going on. I haven't seen this image before anywhere online, so this is one of the examples of one of the rare artworks that are inside, which I believe, you know, kind of make this review a little bit worth it. That's a classic one there. Imperial Guard Command. Alright, and you got a Psyker here. Some concept art for Steel Legion, and looks like just like a normal guardsman, sniper guardsman. Another classic one. This one's been around a bit. Vostroyan Firstborn. Really nice. Some fantastic lores behind these guys. I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, but something like that every Firstborn must be like donated to the Imperial Tithe, or must be donated to the Imperial Guard, or is it that they're the only planet who are exempt from donating like resources, human resources, to the Imperial Tithe? I can't remember exactly now. I'm gonna have to look that up. So as I said, these aren't lore videos. There's plenty of channels on the internet that are going to give you lore videos. So Alex Boyd's one, Imperial Guard Commander, Baneblade, Kachichan Jungle Fighters, which are a mad choice for 8th edition because they get the extra stats. Here we go. So here's a Rogue Trader art with the original Imperial Space Marines, with the beak-like helmets that then came back into the game back in 3rd edition, I believe. And yeah, very nice artwork. I've actually got the special edition Imperial Marine, painted him up. About, I think 3 years ago he came out as a special pre-order. I got him and I painted him up. Edge highlighting is not so great on him, but otherwise I was pretty happy with it. Yeah, really nice. I remember I had to speed him up a little bit for a game. Here we go. So here we have, this is 2nd edition. So these are the Codex, these are the box set, the Prime Arts. This is Rogue Trader, which I guess can be classified as 1st edition still. And then we have 2nd edition. This is a 2nd edition Marines. All right, you see very, very, very crazy color scheme going on, very animated compared to some later installments, which is really cool. And here, I think this is still 2nd edition, Epic 40,000, which was that little miniature game that came out. Look, mini. It was pretty, yeah, it was like tiny micro. I remember like one of my friends, I used to play Warhammer with his son and that. We used to play like the computer game, the Dawn of War, and I got him into the miniatures, and like he got all excited and he was like, "Oh, Steve, I just ordered like a whole army of Warhammer for like $200, and and he got them, and it was actually like the little tiny mini ones. He ordered the wrong ones. He thought like he was getting like a whole, 3 Land Raiders and all that kind of stuff, all these dreadnoughts, like hundreds of guys. And then it turned out he bought the epic ones from eBay, the little tiny ones. And this is back when like Titans would, come into the fray and all that, before they were like these huge things. So that's pretty cool. Oh, did I skip a page there? No, it's the same. And then the lovely 3rd edition, which is where honestly, I started painting this stuff up in 2nd. But I didn't actually start playing properly until 3rd edition, 1998, right around about that time, when I actually started getting in the game seriously. And this is also probably artistically my favorite era for Warhammer. I just love it. You get some Black Templars here. they were actually featured as a very big deal in the 3rd edition, and there was a box set that came out. I can't remember the name of it now, but it was packaged in with Dark Elder, and it was a fantastic box set. I think the only box set that I can remember had that kind of value was the new Dark Imperiums box. Maybe the one that just came out now, the Wake the Dead, which I've got an unboxing for on the channel. Check it out. Just go to the unboxing and review section where this video should be as well. So yeah, here we go. Some more. This was 4th edition. I believe this was from the Battle of Macraig, or Macragge, however you want to pronounce it. This is where the Tyranids busted up Ultramar, and the Ultramarines had to cut sick and fend them off, and then they just went after the Blood Angels, and they just like started hammering Baal. And this is the Black Reach box set. I think this was 4th edition as well. So this is another iconic piece of artwork where the Marines are going up against the Orcs. This is the one where the Death Copters came in the box. This is a really good box set, this one as well. Came with some really cool terrain, if memory serves me. Some craters and things like that. So, really nice. It's a very common piece. It's around everywhere on the internet, but still, it's very good. Nice to have it here. And then we have here, this is another one. It's, I think this was 5th edition. I'm not 100% sure here, so don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure this was 5th edition. Because like 5th or 6th, because I remember I skipped an edition, and I came back to it. I had a break from like 3rd, 4th edition, because I think that the tank rules were doing me in a little bit, and I went to study at university and everything, and, you know, and then like, yeah, I needed to spend money on actual stuff, not, you know, little plastic dudes. So, but this was that one there, and I came back into it, and I think it was 6th edition, 7th edition. Yeah, so this must be 5th edition, because I can't remember the artwork too much. You know, or was that 5th edition then, and then that was 6th edition? Anyway, it's okay. Maybe, look, you know, one of you's correct me. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Let me know in the comments. So, let's see. We're just, you know, we're just discussing things here. It's a channel discussion. It's open floor. You know, I don't claim to know absolutely everything about Warhammer. Far from it. I just love the stuff. So, you know, here's the 8th edition box art for Dark Imperium, which is a mad box set. As old as it is now, it's over like 2 years old. I think I'm still going to do a review on it because the value is just epic. If someone just tells me, like, you know, Steve, where do I start on a budget playing Warhammer, or I'm not sure, like, I just want to start getting on it, it's kind of like, just get this box set. You know, Wake the Dead is awesome, Tooth and Claw is awesome. We're talking about Marines here, okay? But the lovely thing is that, like, you know, you get your Chaos as well, so you can sort of, like, you know, have a look and make your decision what way you want to go from there. But, like, the value of this box, like, I really think they did their work on this one. It was awesome. I actually picked 2 of them up. Yep. Because it was just so good value. I'll need to get another one, though, if I'm going to do an unboxing for the where to start with Warhammer videos. But we'll see, I guess. Another iconic piece here, Forging the Heroes. You can see he's putting the armor on. He's got the, I think that's the Black Caprice here with the installation ports of the Black Caprice. Funny that, though, because I imagine the Black Caprice being a little bit more like all over the body, so it's just pretty crazy. And again, like, I mean, I didn't see this before, but there's some honor guard Marines in the background here. There's a chaplain. I think I saw the chaplain. Yeah, you see a lot more, like, you know, from these art books. I don't know, maybe if the other ones are different prints. I love these. This is the creation of the Space Marine series. You know, like, basically how they go through them. You know, when they have the neophytes, and then they go through and they you know, they lab them, they inject all the gene seed and everything, and yeah, here you have the making of a Space Marine. You can see they're pumping him with all the steroids and the Emperor's goodness, and you know, probably installing his organs and everything like that. His new organs. It's pretty fantastic. This is another one too. It's the Ultramarines Dreadnought. Very common, this piece, though. Very common. It's all over the place. Haha, that guy. That's yeah, Ultramarines bikers art. Very nice. Black Templars Predator. Dark Angels Rhino. You know, I haven't seen this artwork in a while, so it's nice just to have it on record and have it really nice on some glossy paper. It's fantastic. And now we have it here on the channel, so you know, it's archived. You know, that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm creating like an archive of Warhammer. And, you know, my journey, it's like my life journey of Warhammer, if that makes sense. So anyway, that is like hands down my favorite portrayal of a Marine. I love that. I love the helmet, because a lot of the times, like the helmets, they sort of change the helmet design a little bit. It's kind of up to artistic interpretation a little bit, you know. Sometimes they'll make the face mask a little bit more Darth Vader. Sometimes they'll make it, you know, a little bit more rounded. But I think that's pretty spot on, you know. And I would have maybe made the airport here, what do you call it, the breather, a little bit more square, but that helmet, like the way the helmet's structured, it's looking great. Tactical Marine, love it. I don't care if they were inspired from Stormtroopers, I love it. You know, hey, let's get a Paladin and you know, from Warhammer Fantasy and stick a Stormtrooper helmet on him, and we'll just give him a gun, and that'll be the Space Marine. I don't care. I think they're fantastic. And look, I love Primaris Marines as well. You know, but like just something with the tacticals, I'm just very glad that you know, it looks like Games Workshop are going to be still going through with tactical Marines for a little bit. They probably will phase them out, but it'll probably be maybe, you know, a good few years before they do. I'd just like to see them rescaled. Like, you know, if the scale's such an issue, just literally, I mean, but I suppose we could get, you know, we could get tactical Marine helmets and just stick them on the Primaris, and it's like, you pretty much got them, you know, nearly. But, you know, love the tactical Marines, always will. It's good to see that they're still, you know, they're being very liberal about it and keeping them in the lore there. And, you know, it's just, yeah. More art, some Space Wolves. It's Ragnar Blackmane, Space Wolf Commander. Some Death Watch, some nice Death Watch. Black Templar again. That's High Marshal Helbert or something, I think it is. The guy that challenges everyone. Yeah, I like the Black Templars. I wouldn't mind. I used to have a Black Templar army back in 3rd, and I'd like to have a Black Templar army again. But the problem is, like, I mean, there's just so much stuff for painting black. Like, I'm painting my Death Watch black. I'm painting like Raven Guard black. I'm kind of just sick of painting black at the moment. My video just came out before. This camera's really good, but it's really high res up end camera, but it's only got a record time of like 20 minutes or so, and then it stops recording, like resets because of the amount, like the size of the footage. So what I'm doing is I just went back a little bit because I can't actually tell right now where the recording stuffed up. So I'm just going to go through and we're just going to go back a bit and look if this stuff is already in there, then I'm going to edit it out, obviously. But if not, I'll just scan past these. I think you've had enough commentary from me by now. But hopefully I got the part in there about the upcoming projects, the Alpha Legion, and going into Games Workshop, letting you guys pick what painting tutorials to do, what I should do up. So I'll pick like three boxes of something, and you guys can pick, you know, which one you want me to do the painting tutorial on, and we'll have a look. So with the Alpha Legion one, you know, I might use some color shifting paint, which is awesome. Probably said that before. Yeah, I'll just go through these a little bit faster now because they're back to the front. Okay, finishing off with Manarius Calgar. Alright, and that's it. That's it, everybody. So that's the book, and it's awesome. So yeah, it's really awesome book, and I can't remember how much this set me back now. I don't know if you're able to get it anymore. I mean, I know you can buy the art individually. They've, you know, Games Workshop have the site there, you know, now, but yeah, but it's just good all just having it here, and I think it was like $60-70 or something. And yeah, I'm an artist myself, so you know, I used to work in film and games and that as well. I still do, but you know, a bit of a sucker for the art, and it's one of the things I love so much about the Warhammer universe. So what I might do, I might attempt to read this out. See how it goes. It's just very difficult because of the camera, but I'll give it a crack. I've still got to work out like new ways of doing it. So Warhammer 40,000 is a universe filled with heroics and horror. Yeah, I love that. For 30 years, the warriors, monsters, champions, and tyrants that inhabit this universe have been brought to life through the finest range of miniatures ever produced. But these miniatures have not stood alone. Since 1987, Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader, they have been accompanied by a plethora of stunning pieces of art, through which terrifying visions can be glimpsed of warfare in the far future. Any celebration of Warhammer 40,000 must surely include a gallery of these artworks, for they have, in but 3 short decades, enshrined the history of humanity in the 41st millennium. The art of Warhammer 40,000 has a style that is both varied and unique. Every piece is an exploration, not just of the planets and the stars that lie scattered across the galaxy, but of the societies and technologies that have arisen on the myriad worlds. These images help to set Warhammer 40,000 apart from other science fiction, too right they do, for they show us a future in which technology is beyond comprehension and in which progress is a fading memory of the dark and distant past. It's actually funny that I'm just going to jump in there. I actually think that the Warhammer universe, in terms of sci-fi, is probably the most realistic outcome for humanity. Like, you've got like Star Trek and that, where it's just like, oh yeah, this is all good, you know, we're all good and everything's lovey-dovey and all that kind of stuff. Humanity's organized. It's like, guys, like, realistically, you look at the history of the human race, and I actually think Warhammer is a more realistic future of how we become as a species if we survive that long. But anyway, from the intricate details of the arcane devices to the grandiose scale of war machines and mega structures, we are shown an oppressive and imposing empire whose lustre has faded over time, centuries of unending war. Since its earliest conception, the Warhammer 40,000 universe has been a medieval as it has been futuristic, as gothic as galactic. Its denizens are not inventories or explorers, they are merely inheritors of their forebears, advancements and heirs of their ancestors' hubris. This aspect of the universe is superbly realized through the cultish iconography and the superstitions that are depicted in every stratum of humanity. Ornate cathedral spires are shown towering above the sprawling conurbations of dystopian manufactorums, and the heavy masses that make up the Imperial soldiery are seen marching beneath the hallowed banners in the service of the Emperor. Much of what the artwork shows us through the lens of the Imperium, where humanity is presented for what it has become in the 41st millennium. In many cases, this humanity is as alien as the Eldar or the Orc. The Adeptus Astartes are the prime example of how mankind has been transformed. Their bodies and minds have been reshaped and repurposed, making them the aspect warriors of cruel and violent galaxies. In other cases, centuries upon centuries of adaptation have led to horrific amalgamations of metal and flesh. So obviously they're talking about chaos. Through these processes, both mystic and scientific limbs and organs are fused with machines to create creatures which can no longer truly be called humans. It's very true. Love it, love it. Though ruthless and draconian, the Imperium exists against the nightmarish backdrop of the wider universe. Mankind's heroes are the last bulwark against depravity and darkness, and the artwork that immortalizes their defiance shows the enormity of threats they face. Hulking Xenos monstrosities and demonic servants of the Chaos Gods seek to scour humanity from existence with their claws and blades. I thought it said claws and babies. Anyone who knows about there's like these cherub babies floating around, and like there's heaps of videos like, well, what are those babies? Or that's another video. But anyway, from within, the Imperium is endlessly beset by the scourge of traitors and heretics. There is no refuge from strife and carnage, no escape from torment and bloodshed. There is only war. Thus it has been for the past 30 years, and so it shall be until the 31st millennium. Absolutely lovely, everybody. I love it. Brings a tear to my eye. You know, I love this stuff so much. It's just like, you know, just best intellectual property ever. Just absolutely amazing. So that pretty much wraps up our review of the Emperor Protects art book. Don't forget to like, subscribe on the channel if you enjoyed the content. Check out the Dice Rolling app, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. The Emperor Protects.